Do you think that because Hungarian language is the official language in Hungary, you need to learn it? It's not the case. I will explain. Hi, my name is Renato. Welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to explain you when you should learn Hungarian language and to what level. Generally speaking, if you work in multinationals, you will not need to learn Hungarian. Now, for example, me, I worked in two different multinationals, and in the first one, back in 2009-2010, I was supporting Spanish clients, British clients, and also Irish clients. I did not need Hungarian language. I didn't use Hungarian language at all in that company. In the second company, in the second multinational I was working for, I was supporting a Swiss client which had offices, all over the world, and I didn't need to speak Hungarian. I spoke Hungarian with my colleagues, but with the clients, I didn't need Hungarian. So generally speaking, if you work in multinationals, you will not need to learn Hungarian. Now, if you work for a Hungarian company, but that Hungarian company has international clients, then most probably you will not need to learn Hungarian. There might be some roles where you will need it, but for most roles you will not need Hungarian language. There are two examples of Hungarian companies with clients outside of Hungary. Those are Prezi and also LogMeIn. Now, if you work for a startup or for a research institution, or for example, in some companies in the tourism sector, most probably you will not need Hungarian at all. Now, if you work as a low-skilled worker, for example, in facility management, in construction, in restaurants as a cleaner, you work in a kitchen, you work in a warehouse, then most probably you will need Hungarian, at least in a basic level. In some cases, you will have a supervisor who speaks English or who speaks your language. This is on purpose, and this is done by the company. In those cases, you will not need Hungarian so fast, or you will not need to learn it so fast. But in a later stage, in a long term, it might help you if you speak some Hungarian, in your career, to get to other positions. Now, if you live within Hungary, but in any other town or city or in the countryside, so anywhere that is not Budapest, people will speak less English. So you will need some Hungarian. I would say intermediate, or maybe with the basic you will be okay, on a daily basis, but the best will be intermediate. Regardless of where do you work, in which position, and where do you live, you will need upper intermediate level of Hungarian if you plan to apply for the permanent residency or for the citizenship on a long term. Yeah, so you will need to take an exam for the permanent residency. That is a cultural exam, but it's in Hungarian language. For the citizenship, that is a constitutional exam, and that's also in Hungarian language. So on a long term, if you plan to apply to any of those two things, then you will need to learn upper intermediate level of Hungarian language. And that's all for this video. If you have any questions, let me know on the comments section. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.